Thank you, Acting Madam Deputy President. Well. The fox is in the henhouse. The fox is in the henhouse. Here we go. We've got Labor suddenly worried about small business. Get real. I mean, this is the fox that wants to destroy small business. This is the party that wants higher taxes. This is the party that wants higher energy prices. I just put forward a motion then to support nuclear energy, which would give us clean, green, baseload energy. No, what do? They want to vote against it. Another way to lower energy costs. I mean, if the Labor Party were really serious about small business, they'd vote with us on these IR reforms, which would help improve flexibility and give employees and employers the opportunity to get back to work. But no, not the Labor Party. And let's look at the Labor state premiers. What have they done? They have destroyed confidence. They have destroyed confidence. And instead, they have replaced it with fear. And they have used COVID as a method to command and control. Command and control. And that is Labor's modus operandi all the time, is to instil fear into everyone. Well, I happen to know someone from the music industry. I've been talking to them very closely. They need open borders, number one, and they need consistent restrictions, number two, and they need some of those restrictions lifted. Because when you've got restrictions that vary between state to state, people aren't going to travel because they don't know. They don't know if they're going to get back home. Okay, they don't know if they're going to get back home. So, you know, just to listen to the Labor Party keep going on about how, you know, businesses are going to hit the wall, how we don't really care. Can I say it's an insult? And they're trying to attack here the coalition. They're trying to attack the coalition, but I'll tell you who they're really attacking. They're attacking the taxpayer, because in the last 12 months the taxpayer has forked out a total of $250 billion, $250 billion to support small business and their employees. Right? Now, at some point, and this is what Labor don't seem to understand, we have to start moving forward. JobKeeper and JobSeeker were all about protecting people while we locked down to get on top of COVID. Right? That was in order to stay locked down. Now that we're on top of COVID, okay, we have to open up. We have to increase activity. We have to increase activity. Now, when Senator O'Neill stands there and says we don't listen, we have been listening. And the overall feedback we've been getting from employers is that they can't get employees back to work. And a part of the reason for that is that a lot of employees have stayed home because of JobSeeker or JobKeeper. Right, well, out there in regional Queensland, they are screaming out for work. They are screaming out for employees. And while we continue to keep JobSeeker and JobKeeper going, it's going to encourage people to stay at home. So now we need to get people back to work. And we accept there's going to be an adjustment here somewhere, but we stand committed to supporting both employees and employers in Australia. But what we won't take is the other side, Labor, who are all about fear and negativity. Because I tell you what business rely on most, and that is confidence. It is all about confidence. And while we have Labor Party over there constantly talking down the economy, constantly talking down the government, constantly talking down our recovery, constantly talking down how bad everything is, you know, they're going after, they're making personal smears, all the rest of it, that destroys confidence. That destroys confidence. And that is the difference between this side of the chamber and that side of the chamber. This side of the chamber, we're optimists. We're positive. We're glass half full people. We're not all that negative, dreary, oh, the world's falling in. No, we say get out from under the doona. Get out there, enjoy the sunshine, and let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. But, you know, I've got talking points here, and I didn't bother printing them all off because there's 16 pages of talking points about just how much we have supported small business in the last 12 months, and to be quite frank, since the start of this country. I mean, our whole party was founded on the Forgotten People speech, was all about small business, because we on this side of the chamber understand that small business is the heart of capitalism. Small business is the heart of individualism. Small business is the heart of autonomy, independence, freedom. making up your own mind, choosing what you want to do with your life. Okay, if it wasn't for small business are the backbone of this economy, and we have stood here shoulder to shoulder with small business to make sure that they survive, And for the fox to come in here, into their hen house and pretend that they're chickens too, no, I don't think so. We can see the fox here, and it is on that side of the chamber. Because the Labor Party hates small business. They have always imposed more regulation. They have sold the infrastructure that small business relies on to provide them cheap energy, cheap water. I mean, you've only got to look at the state Labor government and what they've done. They've sold all our infrastructure off to foreign owners. They won't build dams. Not only do they not build dams, they tear dams down. They've shut down small maternity wards in regional Queensland. So the people and farmers now, they don't want to go to regional Queensland. You won't get doctors going to regional Queensland. I was at the rural doctors' lunch yesterday, and the rural doctors were saying how families just won't move to regional towns because they don't want to go to a town where there's no good health services. And you've only got to look at Queensland Labor's record in shutting down over 30 maternity wards, many in towns that have now had populations that are bigger, to know that Labor do not care about the little guy. I'll make an exception for Senator Sheldon and Senator Sterle. I know those two guys care about the little guy, but as for the left wing of the party, they're all about telling the small business how to live their life, what they should be doing, and increasing regulation and increasing taxes. That is not the way forward. So I'm going to read out all the support that the coalition government has provided to small business. For a start, well, we don't have enough time. I mean, I'd have to move a motion to get the rest of the whole MPI time to go through it. I'll go through a couple of pages. There's 16 pages here, but there are billions of dollars in support, courtesy of the taxpayer, who just happens to be small business, and courtesy, of course, to our children, who are going to have to pay some of this COVID debt off, which is why we need to get business moving forward again so that we start paying the debt off and don't leave it to our children. Now, it's the coalition government. That has cut the tax rate for small and medium business from 27.5% to 26%. We've got a long way to go because withholding tax rates we've got to lift. I'm working on that one, don't worry. What else have we done? We've also accelerated personal income tax. Now that matters because I'll tell you why. The lower income tax is for individuals. When you give a pay rise, that's more money they get to keep in their pocket. So that is a future benefit that flows through to the economy. Now we've also expanded small business tax concessions. Small business now can get an immediate write-off of $150,000. I know farmers especially like that one because they can go and buy a new tractor or a new new plough or whatever. So that's a really, really good one. As well as that, we've simplified our credit framework, improved access to finance. We've been supporting small business research and development, increasing the refundable research and development tax offset from to 18.5% and removing the annual cash refund cap for small claimants. The other thing we've done is we've reformed Australia's insolvency framework. We've enabled small business to get paid faster by introducing payment times reporting framework and the procurement connected policy. Now that is really, really important because it is incredibly important that small business gets paid as quickly as possible to keep the cash rolling in. We've supported small business with tax disputes. We've pushed back on the ATO. Like all bureaucrats, they tend to get a bit carried away and a bit Orwellian and dystopian in the way they like to bully small business around. We've said that's enough's enough, boys. Just remember who's paying your wages. We've reduced regulation and compliance tax costs. We've increased digital capability. We've invested in the mental health of business owners. We've worked to get our workplace relations settings right, which is with these industrial relations laws, which are going to actually give more flexibility to both the employer and the employee. We've encouraged Australians to go local first. We've got to keep working on that. We need to do more work there, but we will go and do that. And we've also we've also, and this is the one, I just want to run this loan through. We've offered, get a load of this. Where is it? Can't find it. It's over on this page. Now, this recovery scheme,
Senator
we've increased the
Rennick,
split from
your
50.
time
Okay,
has
right. So,
expired.